Hey, how's it going? So, first of all, I'd just like to say hello to all the new subscribers out there. I've had a nice little influx of new subscribers lately, which has been nice, so glad to see you all subscribing, and hello as well to all you older subscribers. Just want to say a massive thanks for all your comments and interactions lately. It's all been very positive and very encouraging, so I'm going to carry on, and today I'm going to be doing a job that I've wanted to do for ages now. I actually bought this stuff probably over a year ago. It is a reversing camera and a monitor. I had to wait obviously until after I'd painted my van, so now it's painted, I'm going to install it. So enough rambling on, let's get this thing going. So I think the correct way to hook up your reversing camera system is to actually connect the wires to your reversing lights. Now, I'm not sure which wire is my reversing wire, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to mess around trying to hunt it down and pull all this stuff out and test all the wires and stuff and put it into reverse and see where it all is. So what I've done is I've bought a switch, and which I'm going to put on the dash here. I'll show you that. I've already drilled this hole here to put the switch in, and I have also fed through this conduit which goes all the way into the engine bay and to the starter battery, and when I reverse I'm just going to flick that switch on to save me messing around trying to find where the wire is. I know it's not the correct way to do it, and it means I have to actually switch the thing on when I'm reversing, but it also means I can switch it on when I'm just stationary. I can see if anyone's behind the van or anything like that, or even when I'm driving I can have it on to see if anyone's getting too far up my backside. So that's where it comes out there, and then it's just here, a little tube there. That's where it's going to come to, so I did that yesterday. I have got 2 reels of 17 amp cable, and I have also got some inline fuses to go on. So I'm going to have one inline fuse for the camera and one inline fuse for the screen for the monitor as well. And I'm going to piggyback them together off the one switch. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to feed these through the conduit. So I've already crimped on the little terminal pieces at the end, and I've just taped it together like that, just so they're not going to get tangled as I'm trying to push it through. So hopefully that just makes it easier. So let's feed this through now and see, hopefully it should get through nice and easy. So that's through there. Obviously red's positive, that's going to go to the positive terminal here, and the black one is going to be earthed. The black one is going to be earthed to the side of the van somewhere, or probably just the actual earth terminal, which is there. So apparently this little switch I've got here is a light up switch. It's got 3 prongs on it, so it's obviously got the 2 for the positive and it's got 1 for the negative, so that means the negative will complete the circuit for the light that's inside the switch, and obviously the other 2 are for the positive. So what I've got here are these little piggyback terminals, which I never knew even existed until like last week. So all my like USB ports and stuff are all wired up separately in the back. So I bought a load of these, and I'm going to change all my USB ports so they all piggyback off each other, just to make my whole wiring system a lot neater. And I'm using it for this. So this one switch will send the positive charge to both my reverse camera and the monitor screen as well. The battery's probably going to go off in a second, but I'm just going to try and film this. So I've got my 2 wires here, and I've pulled through extra at the front just so I've got room to play with at the front, and I'm going to give myself a little bit of room to play with here as well. Okay, so that's them 17 amp wires cut. I'm now going to put a fuse, 10 amp fuse on this red one here before it goes to the switch, because obviously this has got a light in it, so it also needs protecting. I'm going to put a fuse on the live, which that goes to the switch, and then there'll be another fuse on the line going towards the camera and another fuse going on the line towards the monitor. So I'll put that together now and then show you what it looks like. So this is my inline fuse. It's a 10 amp one. I think that is the correct ampage for the camera and stuff. I'm going to put a heat shrink wrap on there, and my piggyback spade is going to go. Give it a little squeeze with the crimper, and then move that up on there to hide any bare bits of cable. And this just makes sure, it just gives that extra little bit of security to hold it on. Like so. So that's on that side, and I've just found a bag of male and female spades. So I'm going to use that to connect the wires together, and then put a yellow shrink wrap over that. Over both of those when they are connected, and that will make sure that's secure and there's no live exposed metal anywhere. So this end is the end that's going to connect to the wire that goes to the starter battery. So there is my piggyback terminal there, my 10 amp fuse and my spade connectors together there. I'm now going to slide that over them and give them a little heat up. So there is my nice sturdy connection. Give it a good pull, it hasn't came loose, and it's nice and shrink wrapped. It'll be nice and snug. That's my end, which is going to go to the switch, and then I've got to just run some cable up along here behind this, and then to the window here, which is where my screen will be connected. So I've took the plastic bit off here and the top of the speaker, and what I've got to do is a little bit of some, this is a tricky bit now, I've got to get the cable down through here and through here somehow. So I've got a spoke and a bit of tape. I'm going to tape the wire to the spoke and pull it through. So I've got my spoke attached to here with just a little bit of tape, so I'm just going to try and feed it through somewhere here now. Hopefully this will make the job a lot easier. Fed through there. Now just that one there is going to go through, up along, through this way and up through that corner somewhere towards the rear view camera. So that's them all connected. Let's pop it in. Okay, so I've got both power cables for the camera and for the screen, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to solder on the inline fuses, because these ones are really thin on these cables, so I'm going to use solder and shrink wrap just to secure it, instead of using female and male spade connectors. So I've got my soldering iron just warming up right now, I've got my flux, and I've got my solder. So here we go. That's one done. So that's both power supplies done. That's the positive, the live, which is going to have the fuse on, and negative, which I'm going to ground straight to the van, just to save me running more wires all over the place. And the same with this one. This one is going to be earthed, grounded straight to the van, which means less cable, and it is also less voltage drop when you earth. So all I've got to do now is I've got to run a cable all the way through the back of the cupboards there and all the way to the back door, drill a hole in the roof for the cables to come through, seal it all off with Sikaflex, attach the camera, connect it all together, and fingers crossed all should work perfectly. Touch wood. So I ordered this camera and monitor quite a while ago, and since then I've lost the packaging. I must have thrown it away, and I didn't check what amps they need, so it doesn't say what amps they need on them. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to change the fuses to 5 amps first when I first turn it on, just to see if that works, and if it doesn't work with 5 amps then I'll go up to 10 amps. Better be safe than sorry, right? So I quickly checked the internet, and apparently the reversing camera is a maximum of 3 amps and a monitor is a maximum of 5 amps. So I'm going to change the reversing one to 3 amps, which I have. The other one, the monitor, I'm going to change to 5 amps, and I will change the other one leading towards the switch also to 5 amps. Should be alright then. So quickly going to change the fuse before I forget, and then I'm going to connect the monitor up. So I've actually got a good little bit of excess wire. I probably didn't even have to run the extra power cable down towards the switch. This seems to be long enough on its own, but it's done now, so I'll just be tucked up excess wire a little bit there. Shouldn't be a problem really. Obviously I'm not an electrician, I'm doing it the way I think it should be done. Other people probably know better, but to me this seems right. And that can just connect into probably there with a screw, or maybe down there with a screw. be there. Okay, that's my earth point for the monitor. I've just sanded off a bit of the paint there so the bare metal is shown, just so it's got a better ground. So there's the switch. The cables are gaffer taped to the column on the side there, and they run through here. You can't see it. There we go. You can just about see that one. So I've got the video cable, the video feed, and the live coming up there. Now I need to make a hole up through there, and I can put a hole in the side and then take it all the way through to the back then. This job has taken a long time. No wonder I've put it off for so long. It is so fiddly doing wiring and stuff. I'll be glad when it's done. I'll tell you that. Okay, so the battery died, and while it was charging I carried on. So I have finished feeding all the wires and stuff through the cab area and up into the kitchen area. So all this now, all up here, the wires are going through there. So it's the video wire and the power for the camera. So that's going up, along and up into that bit. And then it is going through here, through there, through there, through there, and into this area here. I'll just put the light on. There we go. So I'm going to run it along behind all this and to the back door. So it's just here now. I'm going to now attach my camera, drill through the hole, feed this through, and seal it off with Sikaflex. So now to get up onto the roof, do some drilling and some sealing. Okay, so I think I'm going to put it more on this front side because this part isn't very tall, and I've got like my tyre and my bike rack and stuff there. So I'm going to put it as far forward as I can, and then I can just tilt this up and down to get the perfect angle. So it's going to go on the front here, so I'm just going to scratch a little mark in place. Just a faint little line in the paint there. It's not actually going all the way through, but that's where that's going to go. So I need to unscrew it now and then screw it on. Cool. So it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, Sikaflex is unblocked. A good job I didn't throw this one away because I ordered one and it is just not turning up. These drill bits are awesome. It's just like the multi-tool, it's so good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Sikaflex over the holes and in the holes. Then I'm going to put these rubber backed washers on first. Then the plate for the camera. And tying it all down, and that should make it nice and watertight. What a fiddly little job that was. So now I've just got to, when the black Sikaflex comes, I can just go over that white bit just to make it look a little bit nicer and make sure it's doubly sealed. And now I've just got to drill a hole for these wires to go through and connect everything together. Fingers crossed it works first go. It's the first time I've done this. I'm hoping I've wired it all up properly, and the only thing that I might have wired up wrong is the switch. If I wired the switch up wrong, then I'll just have to swap those around. I'll just have to swap those around. So I'm just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there like that. Okay, so it's just going to go just there So I've decided to use a little bit of gas pipe just to put around the metal and then put the wire through and then Sikaflex in it and underneath it and over it all as much as I could get in there. So the rubber from the gas pipe will protect the wire and the Sikaflex will hopefully, fingers crossed, stop the water from going in. And then I've got a little bit of conduit on this side here to protect it as well. So now I'm just gonna be able to put this here and connect it to the wires, and fingers crossed it's all gonna work. I'm just gonna earth to the metal under here with a screw, and then it's time to turn it on. So let's see, keep your fingers crossed. Let's hope this works. Okay, moment of truth. Everything is all connected. That's all connected. That's grounded to the van there. I've sanded the paint back, screwed it on. All that's connected. Just got to connect to the battery now. Switch it on and see if it works. Fingers crossed. Okay, it's connected. Got me positive there. Me ground, it's grounded to the van there. Right, moment of truth. I wonder if I have to start the engine or not. Right, let's switch it on. Nothing. Switch the engine on. No light on there. Nothing on there. Nothing. Nothing. Something is amiss. I will rearrange the switch, see if that works. Right, let's give that a go. Okay, so I had this wired up the wrong way around, and also because the piggyback one needed to be in the middle, I've had to put a shrink wrap around it just so we don't get a short. So it's not touching now, and the positive and negative are the right way around. And like the moment of truth. Can we see? Turn it on. Yes, look at that. Look at that.
What's that?
There's Oscar waving at the camera. Nice. That is exactly what we want. Buzzing. That took so long. I can't believe how long that took to do, but it's finally done. So happy with that now. Just got to tidy up all the wires and the job is done. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. It's a massive help. And also don't forget to hit the like button. That also helps out the channel loads. So if you could do that, that would be amazing. Thank you. See you next time. Cheers.